Rubin, you and your sister are here today because you say that the defendant, Mr. Davis, the man you've always been told was your dad, is now stating that he is not your biological father. You say his actions are motivated by greed and he has torn your family apart. Mr. Davis, you claim you have legitimate reasons to deny paternity and claim to be a good man with grave concerns for the Rubins' well-being. All right, Ms. Rubin, when did the defendant start denying he was your father?
He always denied me. He always treated me differently. I just feel like he never treated me fair. With my brother and sister, he will bring things around, like one Christmas, he bring a whole bunch of toys around, get them toys on top of toys, and then tell them, oh, play with your sister. Never brought me anything, always treated me differently. It's just, he never showed no love towards me. I'm always the one that was begging for his love when he was just giving all his love to both of them. And I felt like that was wrong.
And how did you feel about it?
I didn't like it at all, because that was my little sister. I mean, we all his kids. Why he just won't do for her, but do for us?
And you noticed this. You could see this as a child.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Davis, is this true?
Yes, it is.
It is?
It is.
That's a shame.
And
Okay.
I'll tell you why, Your Honor.
Yes, please.
The reason why I treated Cheryl the way I treated her, because her mother slept around.
You was a liar.
Your mother did sleep. Okay, first of all, neither one of you all was in there when it started, okay? She had 3 kids before I met her.
Okay,
she had
don't
you
mean
3,
she slept around.
supposedly
She
had
was
you
with
3
him
with me,
first.
and now she has
don't mean
how
she
many
slept
more after
around.
me?
She was
I
with
get a
him
grand
first.
total of 13.
Come on, you ain't did
13
nothing
kids.
anyways. You
Ladies
was
and
nothing.
gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, in order for me to be able to understand what has happened, I have to be able to hear what has happened. And I can't understand you when you're all talking over one another.
You're right,
Mr. Davis, you believe their mother had slept around and was unfaithful to you. You were in a relationship at the time, which caused you to then doubt whether or not you were her father in particular.
Not necessarily her.
All the children?
You're correct. You're correct.
Okay. Did you express this concern to her?
No, I didn't express it to her.
You just always kept it to yourself?
I kept it to myself.
Mr. Davis, I need to know from you whether you ever were in all of their lives as a father. Were you ever just there?
No. Were you talking to me?
I was talking to you.
Then shut up.
Now you shut up.
No.
You shut up.
Mr. Davis, first of all, I control this courtroom. Now, you can take it to the street and you'll be out on the street. Because we're not going to act a fool in here. Now, you came to get some answers, and I'm going to try to give it to you. Don't think for 1 minute that I am minimizing the pain and the anguish and the absolute frustration that I see all of you feel. But unless you give each other a chance to talk, we cannot get down to the facts. You want answers, you got to let them talk. Might not be what you want to hear, but at least you know. I understand that you're saying this relationship was on and off. You were kind of out there. She was maybe cheating. But you're saying that this happened throughout the relationship. Why so much difference when it comes to Miss Rubin? Cheryl, why so much difference when it comes to her?
As I explained to you before, Anna, I had my doubts because their mother slept around. Not only on me, but before me.
Why do you act that doubt out? Why is it that your doubt is projected onto her
I treated Jonathan
singly?
and Janita, I actually embraced them. Matter of fact, I treated her like gold, just like my oldest child.
If I'm your golden child, you would have been there for your golden child.
Really? Okay.
Even if you not giving up money, call, come see. Every time I talk to him, he ain't got no money to do nothing.
You never talked to me.
You know, use a lot.
No, talk to
And as
the
that,
court.
I didn't have a man figure like in my life to tell me how to treat guys. I got to treat me, so, you know, I look the guys like for love and everything. Like, again, like them 1 minute and be gone next minute. I can have sex 1 minute and be gone or whatever. It's just like he have not been there.
So you were sleeping around, you were promiscuous, you could not.
Apple don't fall too far from the tree.
You feel like you were looking for a father? Leave it alone and talk to me because he's showing who he is by his statements. Leave it alone.
My name is Jonathan Rubin.
Hello, Mr.
How you doing?
Now, you contend that you are Mr. Davis's son, am I
Yes.
correct? And you are Ms. and Ms. Rubin's brother.
Yes.
What do you have to say about this?
As far as me hearing about this DNA test, it surprised me because you asked for a DNA test and you claim I'm yours, you know what I'm saying? And then I hear that it's about disease in the family, why would you wait after 27 years just to come to me with this? It's something you should have told me on the phone, through something. Let me know what's happening.
It's about child
Can I
support.
address
So
that, Your
now,
Honor?
disease in the family. Mr. Davis.
Okay, here's what I mean by the disease in the family. I want my kids, if they are my kids, I want them to be protected. But I at least want them to know exactly what could be coming their way, okay? I lost my father to prostate cancer. I lost my mother to sepsis.
So there are various illnesses in your family, and you are concerned.
I'm concerned for my kids because, like I said, my daddy died of prostate cancer. But he treated them like I'm treating them. He treated me the same way.
And
so I understand where they're coming from.
this is purely altruistic. I mean, this is out of the goodness of your heart that you really want to take this
They
DNA
need to know
test.
as well as I need to know for our peace of mind, plus financially. It's been killing me. I'm not running around rolling in a Rolls Royce.
Please tell me this child support situation and this huge debt that he
Yes.
owes. Are you aware that he was making these payments?
The point of it is they take it. I've been married to Johnny 22 years. Never an income tax check has came into our house. It goes to y'all. I don't know where. I filed with my husband, with my 3 children that I have. They took it. It took me 3 years to fight to get back $700 for my
your
3
refund.
children, of my money. This is what I'm saying.
But if,
I don't
they
know.
are
shouldn't have
his
to.
children,
It's not
if in
you.
fact they
It's
are
me.
his children,
yes.
he should be paying child support.
And I don't knock him not paying it. But what I'm saying to you is they take it out the check. They take the income tax. I mean, if I didn't work, he wouldn't have anywhere to stay.
Thank you so much,
Wait,
Ms.
can I
Davis,
ask
for
a
your
question
testimony.
first?
Well, actually, you're supposed to ask the question to the court or talk to the court, not to
sorry.
her. But
Well-
what is it that you are curious about?
Because I want to know, because she ain't never lied to me, not one time in my life.
So you have a good regard
Are you
for Ms.
here
Davis?
because it's child support? Be honest.
No, darling. I'm not just here because of child support. No, and I
Now, I
would
got
just tell
love for you, and you
and I
lied
got
to
love
me.
for you too.
Right,
and
we
I'm
don't have
not gonna
anything
lie.
against you, Carlita.
I
It's
know.
just Johnny.
I know.
It's not
What's
you.
the matter, Cheryl?
It's not you.
So we've administered a test for each child because you said you have doubts about all 3.
Yes.
And this first test relates to Jonathan Rubin. In the case of Jonathan Rubin, it has been determined by this court that Mr. Johnny Davis, you are his father.
Yeah, I thought I never had no doubts in that one.
Mr. Davis, you told me you had to doubt on every child.
I said I was having all of them tested because I had doubts in their mother. That's the reason why I said I was having them tested.
But so that means you had doubts about Jonathan.
Yes, that's what you said.
I was there. Jonathan was there. I had to have. I mean, it was all 3 of them. Okay.
The doubt has now been put to rest for Jonathan. Moving on, as it relates to Miss Janita Rubin, it has been determined by this court that Mr. Davis, you are the father. In the case of Cheryl Rubin, this court has determined that you are
Tick, tick,
her father.
You already knew that. Already knew that.
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Child support. Here I come.
I don't worry about it. Come with it.
Yeah.
It's continuing. They ain't stopped yet. So why should it stop
You're
now?
doing this, and I want you to do this.
Just know you losing.
Good. Now I got something to show the judge. Now I got something to show the
So
judge.
therefore, it's like you
Get
got
a
one.
copy of that.
I find it interesting that you're reducing this now to the child support. That now it's all about just pay the money and we don't have anything to do with you. But the emotions that I saw displayed earlier today, it didn't have anything to do with the child support. You all were talking about how he wasn't there.
Yeah.
What you came in here believing as truth is truth. Mr. Davis is your father, all 3 of you. One thing the court can't order is for you all to get along and act maturely and try to have a relationship. Ms. Hannon, you grew up believing one man was your father until the age of 13 when he said, "I am not your daddy."
Yes, ma'am.
Your mother then told you on her deathbed that another man, the defendant, David Dorsey, is your biological father. You are here to prove paternity and gain closure. And you have never spoken to or laid eyes on Mr. Dorsey, but will meet him for the very first time today. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So, Ms. Hannon, you initially believed another man was your father.
Yes, ma'am.
Please explain to the court.
Well, I believe David Dorsey is my biological father, but I grew up with my grandparents and my mom. Like you said, I was known for a man named Kimball to be my dad. I called him one day for the daddy-daughter dance, and instead of his response being, yes, I'll be there, it was, your mother's still lying to you, not your dad, you need to go find your real dad.
How cruel. I know that had to be hard.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
At what point did your mother tell you about David Dorsey?
My mom, we would have our heart-to-hearts, you know, when she got sick, 'cause she was sick my whole entire life. You know, she would be talking about Kimball, she would talk about David, and on her deathbed, she told me, I thought I picked the right one for you, but David's your father. And
So just before your mother passed, she says to you, I thought I picked the right one for you, but David Dorsey is really your biological father.
yes, ma'am.
Wow.
After my mom's passing, I moved away. My grandmother got sick, so I came back. I was actually at work, walking down the hall, and she was calling me Melanie. Walking down the hall, Melanie, do you hear me talking to you? She got all the way close, and I'm like, ma'am, that's not my name. Melanie, but you're talking about Melanie Dorsey, right? And she's like, yeah. I said, I heard it in high school. I look just like a girl. I need to meet her. It's my sister. We need to find out. And the friend that said it, you know, he approached my mom. Like, hey, does she have sisters? She's like, no. She's an only child. She doesn't have sisters, and shut him down about it. And I just left it alone.
But to this day, you have never met, laid eyes on David Dorsey.
Nope, not him.
Are you ready to meet the man you believe, you've been told, is your true biological father?
Yeah.
All right. You don't believe you're her biological father?
Not really. No, Your Honor.
Why?
Because I don't remember her mother at all.
You don't remember her mother?
I don't know her mother.
You don't know her mother?
No.
So you are standing here at the defendant's podium in this courtroom today saying you know you cannot be Miss Hannon's biological father because you have never met her mother.
No, I haven't, Your Honor.
You don't know her.
No, I don't.
Miss Hannon, do you have a picture of your mother with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Show that picture to Mr. Dorsey. Do you remember that woman?
No, ma'am.
Miss Hannon, what have you been told about your mother's relationship with Mr. Dorsey?
From our conversations that we used to have, is like they talked, like they weren't in a relationship, I guess. Like they talked here and there. I knew that he worked at a fast food restaurant. He was a manager at a fast food restaurant from her. And like I said, they just, I guess, you know, talked, mingled here and there.
Mr. Dorsey, were you a manager at a fast food restaurant?
No, ma'am, but I worked at a fast food restaurant.
You worked at one?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Hannon, you brought a witness with you.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe it's your godmother.
Yes, ma'am.
Please stand, ma'am, and state your name for the court, please.
My name is Cassandra Alexander, and I am Fallon's godmother, and I was a very good friend of Fallon's mother, Veronica Hannon.
And what information can you provide today?
Well, Your Honor, me and Fallon's mother, Veronica, we worked together, and Mr. Dorsey, I have seen him come to the job to bring her mom lunch. Her mom would talk about her baby daddy being David. He still looks the same, but he had just got a little heavier.
Your Honor.
You don't remember any of
Your
this?
Honor, I've never had sex with this woman.
You know we are here discussing the paternity as it relates to Ms. Hannon.
Yes. I'm here to claim my sister. That's my sister. You know, I don't mean to disrespect my dad, but my dad was a Rolling Stone, okay? So he was the man, and like, he was very known on the North Side for being David Watkins, you know, the slayer of women, you know? So
Slayer of women. Okay.
At a wedding of cousin of mine kept following me, and she's like, there's this girl that looks like you. She looks so much like you, and can you please just get in contact with this girl, please, because you look so much like her, So I went onto Facebook, and I looked up her name, and when I seen her face, I was like, if that's not me, maybe about a good 50 pounds ago. When the first time I told my father, he was not in the state. He was fighting his own demons at the time to even really want to. He's like, I don't know her. It was just so blatant. Nope, don't know her. Never seen her. I don't know her. And I'm like, well, Dad, you had the little party days. Could you not remember? And I know who I was with. I don't know her. So I said, okay, that's my sister. Like I said, I'm just here for my dad to get clarification on his own, but that is my sister.
So you feel like you have no doubts?
No doubts.
What was it that made you want to come today? I mean, if you've never met this woman and you have never had sex with her and you don't know what is going on, why did you come?
I want closure for Fallon.
And I see that makes you emotional when you talk about her. Why is that?
I feel sorry for her.
Is there any part of you that says, if she is my daughter, if it was an encounter I just don't remember, I've missed out on 30 years of this woman's life, this young woman, this beautiful, smart young woman, I've missed out on her life?
Yeah, I feel, I'm torn that way too, though. I feel one kind of way, but then I feel bad if I missed out on her life, if I am her father.
In the case of Hannon versus Dorsey, when it comes to 30-year-old Fallon Hannon, Mr. Dorsey, you are not the father.
No, don't be sorry. You are my sister. Fallon, that doesn't matter to me. It matters to me.
No, I'm not your daughter-in-law. Can you still just be my dad?
Yes. Yes.
And I can be your sister.
Just got yourself another daughter.
Yeah. He ain't got no choice.
Number 3.
It has been determined by this court. Okay?